What's going on, everybody? It's Tyler with High Crucible Steels. It's been a while. I've been on vacation. It's summertime, and yeah, it's been like 2 weeks since I've seen you guys. But don't worry, I'm back, and I'm not going anywhere. And I have not given up on learning to sharpen my knives. So I just wanted to show you a few things that I got in over the past few weeks. I'm gonna start evolving into the PD Tools stones. I really like everything that they have produced, especially when it comes to diamond stones, but also CBN stones. CBN stones are great as well, but just look how beautiful that resin is right there. It is absolutely gorgeous. I love opening packages like this. I don't know why, there's just something about the stone itself. This one is the Expert Pro, as you can tell, and it is the 160 grit version, 125-100 micron. So it's one of those starting stones that's really going to leave you an amazing crisp edge, and start your knife sharpening outright. I do have a few other stones that I've had for a while now. These are Veneve resin bonded stones. I'm going to use these in the meantime until I can pick up some more grits. I'm probably going to end up getting like a 280 grit, I think, is the next step up. I'll probably end up getting that, or the like 350. And then I need to get one that's like fine and extra fine. So like a 600, 800, and then maybe 1,000, 1,200. So just to have the set. But this is a $56 stone, this one right here. They go up to like 120. You can get some of the vitrified, V-I-T-R-I-F-I-E-D stones by PD Tools, and the vitrifieds are just a different way to bond the diamond or CBN to the resin, or to whatever they're binding to. So you can use nickel. They have all sorts of different options on pdtools.com. That's www.pdt.tools. And there's also a little one of those scan guys there, QR codes. So you guys can take a look at that if you like. The other one I have, this is a Veneve F100 F240, around a 300, 720 grit, and then I've also got the 240 and F400, which is again 720 grit and 1200 grit on this side. This little pink side is 1200. So anyway, you can use these on a fixed angle system, or you can put it on a attachment stone and sharpen that way. I have one laying around here somewhere. Let's see here. Yeah, my room's still a little junky from vacation, but yeah, one of these guys here. And yeah, you can even put this stone on one of these. So I highly recommend you pick up one of these adjustable stone holders, and also use oil on the threads, because this is not stainless steel. Not sure what it is, but I've seen them rust before. In fact, mine started showing signs of rust. So I just, every now and then I'll spritz a little WD-40 on there. You really don't need both of them screwed down, but yeah, this is kind of what it'll look like. I like to keep mine on the outside so that it's a little bit easier whenever you get ready to sharpen your stone. Now, if you are using a resin bonded stone, you want to make sure that you use the right type of lubricant. So these stones, actually, you can use oil. They make oil for this. Mineral oil usually works pretty well. I don't like to get messy like that, so I just use some water and soap in a spray bottle. Just the soap really helps keep the slurry from compounding, and also your stone from getting too gunked up too quick, so you can remove more steel faster. So I do recommend you use some kind of lubricant whenever you sharpen this way. Also, whenever you do sharpen on a smaller stone, obviously it's a little bit harder because you don't have the width there. You can actually just use a smaller portion of the stone like that. Just same exact technique, wrist locked, and then when you get to the tip, you raise the elbow. So pretty easy once you get the hang of it. Lots of practice. But that is not what I'm gonna do tonight. I actually just want to tinker around. I just wanted to show you guys my new stones. As you can see, these are fixed angle strops, so they have some compound on them. I just wanted to show you guys a quick, easy way to take compound off of your existing strops. Just get a number 2 pencil eraser. Works pretty good for me. And then you just start erasing. And as you can tell, it's not too hard to get this stuff off. It comes off pretty easy there. But it's kind of messy, so be prepared to clean up a little bit of diamond powder after you're done. But yeah, stuff comes off pretty easy. You don't have to shave it down with a knife and ruin your top grain of leather. Also, whenever you're done cleaning these up, you can use either a flattening stone. You can use one of those granite oxide stones, or you can use like a 1200 grit stone or 1200 grit or above sandpaper and get it off that way as well. This is the easiest that I've found. There are some stubborn spots. You just kind of have to dig a little bit harder, let the friction build up in the eraser, and it will come off. Okay. That's not too bad. And I will say I used some kind of cheap compound on that one. This was actual resin. This was stroppy stuff, so a lot higher quality diamond compound. And even though it beds itself well into the leather, you can still get it off with that eraser as well, at least the outer layer, so that you can lay down a new layer of compound and restart. Anyway, got a little bit of that done, and then you just want to clean it right off of your table. Okay, and then this one definitely needs to see how it's chipped a little bit here and there, and that top layer is coming off, so I'm going to end up having to sand that down pretty good before using it again. And I do have a stone that I can use for that right here. I used to think these stones were top dog, and they're pretty good stones, but the electroplating doesn't really work too good with the higher grits I've found. I mean, it's still there, I think, but anyway, so flat surface and just rub back and forth. As you can see, you got some dust and leather coming up a little bit. That 1000 is a little bit too fine, so just go to the next stone. This one's a 600. And as you can see, this one's been scratched all to pieces, and that was from like 1 or 2 sharpenings. So I don't really recommend the TS Profs for the money, but they're decent starting stones. Oh, and I haven't tried these, but I've heard the Hapstone Start Stone by Hapstone is a really good starting stone set for you if you're looking to use fixed angle systems. All right, I'm getting a lot of this off now. Try not to cut into your strop because it's really hard to get rid of once you do that. At least smoothing it out is a little bit harder. Oh, what the hell, let's just go to the 150. It's not the same as sandpaper 150 though. Not for anything but steel. If that makes sense. There we go, baby. That one's looking a lot better now, okay. This one won't take nearly as long because it's already pretty much off of there. There we have it. All done, ready for the next sharpening. All right, now you just got to clean everything off. Alright guys, so after washing those off real quick with a little bit of water, you can use oil as well, at least for resin bonded. For electroplated stones, regular diamond plate stones, just use soap and water whenever you're taking off anything that you used it on that you weren't necessarily supposed to use it on, like me, leather. But anyway, I did all that so that I could show you guys how to reload your strops. I'm gonna go ahead and put one at 1 micron. You don't really have to check this stuff, but I've found that I end up doing it anyway. So this one was already 6 microns, so I'm gonna keep it that way. Doesn't take a ton. Just enough to get up there and then dry. You can put more coats on there if you like. I like to keep it simple so I don't have as much to clean up later. This is the 1 micron. And that is it. And just let that sit for about 30 minutes and it should be dry. And that's it, guys. I'm gonna put this over to the side for now.